be a practice run ordered by the computer. Equally, it could have been triggered by what's happened out there.
Then we must assume the missile run is for real.
The sea face has completed a missile run. Revive the warriors.
Doctor Who confronts the Warriors of the Deep tomorrow at 6:40 on BBC One.
And now it's time for tonight's television quiz on the subject of television.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening. Well, I'm very sorry to say that we're in a little bit of trouble.
I hope you stick with BBC One while we try and sort this out.
Hello.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
Nice to see you,
Good evening and welcome to So You Think You're Switched On. On our panel tonight, let me introduce Toya. And Mr. Barry Pryor. Thank you very much indeed. And tonight a special 55-minute quiz about television. We have clips of many of your favourite programmes. There's music, Send Up, Shut Up, Are You Over There? Television food, and a bit of real live acting from him and her as well. And some custard pies and I hope a few surprises. You'll need a pencil and paper to keep your score. Because tonight, you, the television viewers, versus the distinguished television performers, see if you can beat our so-called experts. First of all, good evening, team.
Good evening, Uncle Cliff.
It's going to be that kind of an evening, I see. Well, you must have noticed our rather grand set. Our designers incorporated 6 items, large and small, from sets of other programs. So keep your eyes peeled. There'll be extra points at the end of the quiz for the things that you notice around this set that come from other programs, all right? Well, let's limber up for the quiz with Who's That round. Let's see if you recognise those faces we saw at the start of the show. For 1 point each, can you put names to the series of faces? Are you ready? All right, here's the first one.
Billy Cotton.
Billy Cotton, you got that one. Here's the second one.
Warner.
Quite right.
Sylvia
Third.
Peters.
Sylvia Peters. Oh, you remember Sylvia.
Nixon.
David Nixon. Next to him,
Isabel Barnett.
Lady Barnett, and then
Kelly.
lovely Bar Kelly.
Gilbert Harding.
Right.
Peter Dimmock.
Oh, well remembered. He was fearfully important.
Fearfully
It's
important.
an important bloke now.
Yes.
He could have said me in those days, I'll tell you. All right. The one on the left is...
Valerie Signals.
One on the right is...
Peter Purvis.
Quite right. Who's this? The one in the middle.
Mac Hobley.
Quite right. And this?
David Dimbleby.
And this?
Who knows?
Barry Bucknell.
But he's
Barry
wearing a really
Bucknell.
silly
Oh, you're
tie.
quite right. Do it yourself.
David
Frost.
David Frost. And
Bruce Forsyth.
good gracious me,
Before
you
the
got the
moustache
lot.
and everything else.
You
Yeah.
got the lot. Well, those were the hellos.
I don't know who that is.
Ah,
Sorry, Cliff, just chatting.
you get a point taken off for that. No, you don't. All right, those are the hellos, but we do have an extra face to recognise. Now, 3 points if you can tell me by what name this lady was introduced in 1953.
Oh, I've been a guinea pig this summer in Europe in the tremendous heat, standing out in the sun while Johnny practices his new sideline.
Mrs. John Craddock.
No, she wasn't introduced as Mrs. John Craddock.
Oh.
Anyone know?
She wasn't introduced by her own name, obviously.
Well, she was introduced by the name Craddock, but what was her first name?
Fanny.
Fanny. Francis.
No.
I've got no idea. I wasn't even born.
It was at a thing called the Television Tea Party of 1953, and she was introduced, but even she doesn't remember it, as Mrs. Phyllis Craddock. Who was her husband?
Johnny.
Of course, there you are. You did very well there. 15 points for the panel from first lot out of a possible 18. Well, you've done very well. Now on to round 2 and television boobs. Now, just relax a moment.
What's this section called, please?
You wait until you see it, Lenny boy. just relax a moment whilst we play you a few to put you in the mood. Watch.
When you were here in Coventry originally, did you imagine that the Union would grow to such an extent and you'd have a building like this?
Oh, yes, but this isn't Coventry, this is West Bromwich.
Sorry, I beg pardon.
So, what happens when somebody has an epileptic fit? Well, let's take a look at this model.
It's very funny when those things go wrong with other people. Has it ever happened to you, Lenny?
Me?
Yeah.
I was doing a situation comedy called The Fosters, and they had this supermarket set up, and they were doing the joke where you take a tin from this pyramid of cans, and you pull one out, and it all falls down. And it took them 4 hours to get it to work, because they just wouldn't fall. I was there trying to be really hip, you know, and going, yeah, you know, and just stayed up, you know. Take the middle one, take the bottom one, it just stayed up. It was really strong. It was really embarrassing.
Well, now what I'm going to do is to show you a clip of a program that was actually broadcast, and it will stop just before everything goes awry for 3 points. Can you tell me what happens next? Here's the first one.
This is what it's like being on the campaign trail with the Prime Minister in 1983. It's as far removed from traditional campaigning as it's possible to imagine.
That's where we're going to stop it. Now, Esther, what happened next? Do you remember?
I have the slightest idea.
The clue is with the Prime Minister being behind him. None of you remember it?
No.
All right, well, you miss out on the... You don't remember it? No, don't want to. Let's see what happens next.
There aren't many voters in sight. What there are hundreds of members of the media who swarm around the Prime Minister, follow her every move, and the idea from the Conservatives' point of view is to get the best possible exposure on the TV news that evening.
I think the Prime Minister got... What?
Funny way of handing in your notice.
No, I think she got more coverage on that than anything else she did in the whole election coverage. All right, well, you missed on that one as well. But now, here is clip number 2, and a live programme this time, not film.
The Aldermaston March is over. Perhaps for the last time, thousands have marched at least some of the way along that road over the last 6 years, and 10 have come to the studio tonight to face Bernard Levin, who thinks that their sore feet, their backsides bruised on the boards of Reading schoolrooms, and their rain-washed underwear were all in vain.
The disarray in the ranks of the Unilateralists.
Now, who remembers what happened next?
Did somebody
Lenny?
Somebody get out the audience and crack him?
Yeah.
It was Agnes Burnell's husband.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
She was doing a one-woman show at the time, and Bernard panned it when he reviewed it. And I think it was, I think, and her husband rushed out and
It was
clocked
called
him one.
Savagery and Delights.
How dare you?
Anyway, for those of you who haven't seen what happens next, remember this was a live show. Let's see that one.
Disarray in the ranks of the unilateralists.
1 minute, Mr. Levin. Before you begin, it won't take a minute. Would you stand up? Mr. Levin, your review of Savagery and Delight was not a review.
Please,
it was a vicious attack.
Yes, it may well have
on an
been, but would you mind going back?
There's just one tiny thing to be done.
It wasn't part of our Saturday evening show. Can we concentrate on non-violence, you and I?
Well, that was something of a recovery, wasn't it?
Broadcasting Bernard.
Yeah.
Bernard was there, broadcasted away.
Yeah.
That is so
He looked like a young,
embarrassing.
looked like a young Dennis Thatcher, the fella.
Well, Desmond Leslie claims that he was a national hero and that people rang him up and he was showered with congratulatory letters as a result
That's
of that.
amazing, isn't it?
Well, that's what he says, anyway. You remembered it all, though.
Agnes Burnell, I don't know.
Yeah, Agnes Burnell, that's right.
He was so
Savagery
polite,
and
though.
Delights, and he'd given it an absolutely stinking notice of that.
The guy was so polite, though, wasn't he? It was it won't take a minute. I don't think he was supposed to warn people, you know. Excuse me, I'm just going to hit you on the chin.
Yeah, but he didn't even take his glasses off, did he?
Sort of mugger superior.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit rough. And now to number 3 and another live programme.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Noakes? I'm a man.
I'm sorry?
I'm a man.
A milkman.
Barry, any ideas what happened after that?
The noises stopped happening when Bill Purtue was speaking.
No. Anyone, any notion what happened?
Did the thing that the prop man was tapping break?
Ah, remarkably close, yes.
I'm sorry?
I'm a man.
A milkman.
That's...
Let's carry on. We can do it. We can do it. Right. We can do it.
Right.
Can we do it without the bottles?
You must have to start your work very early in the morning, Mr.
What about that, Barry? That
Lovely.
Was it?
Very
Marvellous recovery as well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the last one in this round for 3 marks. Again, I'm going to ask you, what happens next? Toya, come on. Well, I don't know if you were quite old enough, really, were you, for that one? Yes, you would have been.
I can't really remember it, but all I can imagine is the fire either smokes up and you lose everybody, or it collapses and they all have to run off. I mean,
well, we shall see now what happens.
Just get the fireman in behind. What a performance. I think he's won. Oh, I think we've won in the end. Never mind. All right. Everybody's coming on the act. That was super. Yes. Thank you very much. Finale to that song, wasn't it?
Those singers are...
I love the fireman coming to check the fireman.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember that song?
No, I don't.
Any of the others remember? Do you remember it?
I remember the elephant.
The elephant. We all
Everybody knows about the elephant.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't show you the elephant. So that's why we showed you the fire of the little girl
Peter Purvis was very trendy, wasn't he?
What were the names of the others? Yeah, what were the names of the others? Peter Purvis?
John Noakes.
John Noakes.
Valerie Singleton.
Valerie Singleton, right. I'm not going to give you any marks for that, but well done anyway. And at the end of that round, the television panel here have a total of 24 points out of a possible 30, so they're doing very well. Now, on to round 3 and television signature tunes. Now, just how many can you recognise if you hear just a few bars of music? What we're going to do is play you a medley now of 13 signature tunes, and afterwards we'll see which you can put a name to. Now, you might like to make a note as we go along. At the piano, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Race. I have to tell you, Steve, there were some stunned, bemused faces over there. How many are they going to get out of this one, I don't know. But you and I first worked alternate Saturdays on children's television back in 1950. When
5
you did,
till 6, yeah. I did Whirligig.
And I did the other one, which was called Playbox.
That's right. I can't remember who was in Playbox, but I can remember who was in Whirligig.
Valerie Hobson, and of course Elizabeth Cruft we had.
Yes, what a pretty girl.
Yes, and what a pretty girl. Anyway, who were the stars of your lot? Come on.
Well, Mr. Turnip, of course, was an H. Lenny's never heard of him. Mr. Turnip, yeah.
A bit like you, Lenny, actually.
Oh, look at this. Yes, he was. HL, and of course the one, my particular favourite, was Hank the Cowboy. And the Francis Kudrow. Francis, of course, made the dummy as well as being the ventriloquist. He was a rather terrible ventriloquist and a very good artist. He made the dummy and he made all the backgrounds and all the sets and everything. But of course, like all ventriloquists, he fell in love with his own doll somewhat. And also remember we'd packed away once. It was about 6:15. And Francis had folded his dummies over and put them in the suitcase. Always rather a horrific thing to see, these great children's favourite dolls. And I went by and I just said instinctively, as one would, I said, "What's the time, Francis?" You know? And I thought for a minute he hadn't heard me, because he opened the suitcase and he took out Hank and he put him on and he said, "It's 6:15. It's the way it gets, Vince. They have that.
Now, what you're going to do is see how well that little lot have done. Do your worst, Steve.
Okay, let's go through the tunes. Who got the first one? Da-dee-da-dum.
This is your life.
This is your life, Lenny Henry. That's right. Then came, little more difficult.
Andy Pandy.
No, da-da-da-ba-dee-da. No, one of those signature tunes that says its own title. Hollywood, Hollywood.
Oh, so warm I was, so warm.
Then came...
Muppet Show.
Muppet.
The Muppets, that's right, the Muppet Show. And then Esther, you must have got da 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 da.
Why the sound puppet? How dare you? I love that. Dad's Army.
Well, you did get it, you see.
Yeah, well.
I got that one.
A little more difficult.
Is that Ask the Family?
No, no. 3 syllables, just the same.
Call My Bluff?
Yeah.
Oh.
That doesn't. I don't think you get the mark for that. What was
what
mine?
a drag.
Oh yes.
Coronation Street.
Coronation Street came next. Then a bit
Sorry, I
difficult.
was delighted.
Sunday night at the London Palladium.
I didn't know you were old enough to remember that.
See.
Sunday night. That's right. Then the one you won't know.
I've got no idea what that is.
No, that threw us, that one.
That's my own. That's whirligig.
Oh, sorry.
Let me hear you say whirligig.
Whirligig. That was a big
Sorry,
E.
Steve. Sorry about that.
Then da da dee da da dee.
A needed line.
The need in line, yes. I've forgotten. Oh yes, this was one for you, Barry. Really.
I went on that one as well.
Yes, you did.
Yes, blanked out on that.
It's an old song called The Love Nest, and it was used for the Burns and Allen show.
Oh.
In fact, George Burns still uses it.
No.
Then
Sorry about that.
This bass one.
Is that Cannon?
Cannon is
Well
right.
done. Well done.
And then we had
Match of the Day.
Match of the Day, and finally, we want muffin. Everybody sing, yes, we want muffin. That's right.
Yeah.
Dear old muffin, playing the fool. We want muffin, everybody sing. We want muffin, the mule.
And here's a chance to see a few more famous programme titles.
That's life, haven't you? Can you remember how the tune goes?
I don't know, ask him.
How does
He'll tell you.
Can you remember how the tune goes?
Batman.
I never listened to pop, you see, so... It's a sort of pop, isn't it?
Would you like to tell her what it was?
It's got Esther Ransom and Syl Fletcher on.
No, couldn't bear Esther Ransom.
Oh,
Do you
magic.
remember that, Esther?
Will I ever forget it?
Or will anyone ever let you forget it?
You're right, you're right.
Now, you got, your total at this moment is 33 points, you lot. You stumbled a bit there. Anyway, it's out of a possible of 43, I have to tell you. And now on to round 4. And this is a bit of acting now. Now, I've actually given the panel some scripts of well-known fictional television characters, like Terry Wogan. But the script doesn't say who the characters are. It's just their lines, the words that were written for them. So our panel will have to act out the script in their own way and see if they can guess who originally said these words and in what program. All right, 3 points for each script if you guess correctly. Now the first, you've got your dresses on and things, good. The first is for Lenny and Toyah, who are dressed up to the nines in very smart evening clothes, and for Barry Cryer, who is certainly not dressed up to the nines. Stand up. Do it standing up, could you? Do you mind standing? Well, you can sit down, Barry, yeah. All right, well, we can see you better standing up.
Hello, then. This is the gear, innit?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. That's lovely, innit? That's marvellous. That's gonna show me up lovely, innit, eh? Look beautiful, eh? Where's my one, then? Where's my one?
Well, I thought you had one. I thought all you Tories had evening dress.
Don't get lippy with me, mate. What do you look like? Great Peruvian ponce, that's what you look like.
Oh, don't worry, Dad, you can get away with murder
Oh,
nowadays.
lovely.
Michael lent you a bow tie.
Oh, yeah, look at that, it's disgusting. Look, you can see right through your belly button, you can. There's all holes in it.
I think you did that remarkably well, got remarkably close to it. Now, what conclusion did you come to? Whose script were you reading?
Harry and June.
Close, but not quite close enough.
Not quite close
Sorry,
enough.
come on.
Oh, goodness, I really don't know. Really don't know.
The rendition was Till Death Us Do Part. Whether that
yeah.
was really...
Lenny, what?
Till Death Us Do Part.
Till Death Us Do Part. Well, let's see the original, then, of that script.
Yeah, isn't it, eh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's lovely, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's marvellous. That's going to show me up lovely, isn't it, eh? Look, beautiful, eh? Where's my one, then? Where's my one? Well, I thought you had one. I thought all you Tories had evening dress. Don't you get nippy, mate. Well, you look like a great Peruvian ponce, that's what you look.
Don't worry, Dad. You can get away with murder now.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, Michael lend you a bow tie.
Oh, yeah. Look, look at that. It's disgusting. Look what you see right through to your belly button like that. Look, all holes in it.
Well, are we all ready? I'm getting our drink.
Oh, my God. Gordon Bennett, what does she look like? What do you look like? Ken Dodd, that's what you look like.
Oh, great. But it is very difficult, isn't it, to translate these scripts across if you don't know the character, which is what brings me now to Esther and Toy, because it's your turn. We've got a space over there for you. Do you mind going over there, underneath the columns, if you care to stroll over there? Now, see what you make out of the script that I handed you. All right.
Uncle Cliff. Your this is my command.
Hello. I'll do this as Delbert, right?
Yeah.
What's happening, man? How you doing, all right? What's happening? Are you all right? You can speak to me, it's all right. I've had my dinner. Nice, nice. I saw the Queen on the television the other day, you know what I mean? She was crucial, man. On the telly, driving along at 3.5 miles an hour in Berlin, waving away at a lot of old Germans, you know what I mean? I mean, what a rotten way to spend the day, right? Standing up in the world's largest car and smiling at thousands of total strangers, you know what I mean? I hate to think what her diary looks like. Look at it, imagine, got up, brushed our teeth. She has to say that. Royalty has to say our instead of my, you know what I mean? It's part of the traditions of the world, you know what I mean? So anyway, right, to continue, right, got up, brushed our teeth, got into a long car, waved, right, had lunch with some German people, brushed our teeth, got into a long car, waved, had supper with some more German people, brushed our teeth. It's even more boring, you know what I mean? It's so boring. Listen, I think she deserves a medal, you know what I mean? Except, of course, she spends the whole time giving them out, so she'd be bored stiff by that as well. Probably poke herself to death as well, giving it to herself, you know what I mean?
Well, that was Lenny's rendition of it. Interesting and different.
Totally
different from whom?
Well, when you read the script, the way it sort of repeats everything, it's very much like Whisty.
Yeah, Whisty.
Peter Cook.
Let's see the original rendition of that script.
Got up, brushed our teeth, got into long car, waved, had lunch with some German people, brushed our teeth, got in a long car, waved, had supper with some German people, brushed our teeth, had up. It's even more boring than mine is. I think she deserves a medal. Except, of course, she spends her whole time giving them out, so she'd be bored stiff by that as well. I wonder what they talk about to her in that great open car of theirs. Goose and Albans, Miney Queenie. This is the longest car in the world. Oh, really? How very interesting. How much longer is it than the second longest?
Brilliant. Very funny.
Yeah, you twigged it by...
Just the writing.
By the writing of the
You can recognise the writing.
Is that how you twigged the Steptoe?
Yeah, the repetition, Annie said. It's like a Whisty trademark.
Yeah.
And brushed
Very
out
boring.
teeth is very Peter Cook.
Yes.
How did you twig yours, you pair? Because I thought that was difficult when I first read it.
Because of the way they talk to each other.
Oh, I thought ours was the good line.
Did you?
Yes, she thought it was
Then
Penelope
Esther beat
Keith.
me up and said it was Steptoe and Son. I said, right, I won't say a word.
She thought I was being Penelope Keith when I was trying to be Harry Corbett.
Did you?
Yes.
Who did you fancy you were being at the time?
Do you know what my catchphrase is?
Yeah,
and I'm not blonde.
Oh.
What's stupid?
Our team has got 42 points at the end of that round out of a possible of 52, so I think you've done well. And round 5 is television pop groups.
Oh, great.
Now, we've invited the Barron Knights to sing us a selection of their send-ups of well-known pop groups. See how many you can recognise the name of their original song. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Barron Knights.
We send them away to earn their pay. What a place it was, and they knew they had to go away and get down on their knees to earn their pay. And they queued all day. Oh yes, we will, sir. We'll clean our saucepans and tins, yes, sir. I don't want to go to work. And me bike in the rain, bike in the rain. So keep buying all our records, then we won't clock in again. Just a minute. I could never be a corporal in the cavalry. Please don't pick on me. I am only 5'3". Mistletoe is the main attraction. Switch the lights off, let's get some action. You should have seen the girl's reaction. What's that funny smell? Something is burning. Christmas turkey, you can stop it.
Wider, please. Little wider. I'm not going to hurt you. Much.
Long ago, outside a chip shop in Walthamstow, was a young rocker called Greasy Joe. He put on his helmet and said, let's go. All right, John?
Where are you all coming from?
We're from Dartmoor on the run.
Why do you all talk this way?
'Cause we're from Catford, ain't we? Hey! La 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 la.
Goodbye. Goodbye. We're leaving you. Goodbye, darling.
Hello, Pete. All right, mate. Very well.
Very well, the party's over now, and so from all of us up here, it's goodbye.
Until we meet again, we wish you all
Thank you.
Well, lads, done all right.
Oh, I thought you did remarkably well.
Oh, yeah,
Lenny was laughing his head off.
We
with
remembered
Toya.
all the words as well.
They got them nearly all right. Do you have to ask people's permission to do
Very
things?
much so, yes. We got a lot of trouble, didn't we, fellas? It took us ages to get... originally, the Call Up the Grooves. We told you it is Call Up the Grooves. I'll tell you what was in it. Yes, originally it took us ages to get those
We
copyrights
made a big
done.
mistake, actually, because we recorded it all first, completely finished it.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, have you got copyright clearance? And we said, pardon?
I was going to say, who turns you down?
Well, that practically everybody's always said yes, delighted. Rolling Stones in the old days, fine. Beatles, that's
We couldn't
fine.
possibly say who it was, John Denver.
This was now this was heaving on a jet plane.
I can actually understand. I can understand. How long have you lot been together?
Well, Toya was 2.
Is that fact?
When we started.
Then he was 4.
Oh, I thought you'd been together longer than that. All right, let's go through and see.
Which means when you were 2.
Yeah, let's go through and see how well they've done. All right.
Right.
You get 1 point for the group, 1 point for the name of the song. All right. The first one you've got.
Searchers, needles and pins.
All right. Couple of points for that.
Yeah.
Right. The next one.
Bachelors.
With.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Come on, quick.
I'd trade you for the world.
I wouldn't trade you.
Oh.
They sang
Of course.
All right. Third one.
Freddie and the Dreamers. You were made for me.
You were made, and all that. And I know. Come back again. Number 4.
The Stones. Satisfaction.
Yeah, they're doing well. 5.
The Fortunes.
No.
Oh.
No.
Hollies?
No.
Bob and Al Pearson.
No.
Actually, Toy's very close
Yeah.
because we did the Hollies just before this particular one.
This is not the Holly. This is the Ivy. The Ivy
Ivy
League.
League, oh.
The Ivy League. Tossing and
they're good
turning. You
lads,
didn't
then.
get either of those. Number 6.
Pink Floyd.
The Wall. The Wall.
All right, that'll do. Another brick in the wall. And 7.
Boney M. By the Rivers of Babylon.
They're doing well. 8.
Of Babylon.
Go, lad, go.
We don't want any of that. Get on with it. Number 8.
Brotherhood of Man Angelo.
Yeah. Number 9.
Smurf.
Oh, well done, Esther. You got in one. The Smurfs, and it was called
Smurf song.
the Smurf song. The last one, number
Go
10.
squash a Smurf.
Pete and Dad, isn't it?
Not only but also.
And
Goodbye.
goodbye. Well, congratulations. We think you did remarkably well. Ladies and gentlemen, our thanks to the Barron Knights. And our team now has 59 points from a possible of 72. I reckon you're doing very well. Yeah, I do.
Thank you. What an audience.
You milkman, you. And into the final round, round 6, classic moments. Number 1, here is the first part of a classic piece of television. Quite a recent classic, this actually, for 3 points each clip. Do you know what happens next?
26,900 and Clark. Yes, the mileage is genuine, that we can confirm.
Would you mind if I started the engine?
Well, all right, yes, if you want. Don't rev it up too much.
No,
It'll be very smoky.
All right.
It certainly doesn't burn any oil, that I can assure you.
Have a check, see what the smoke's like in the back, too.
Just check it's not in gear, please, sir. There's no smoke on that at all.
Now, what happens next? Esther, no help from anyone else. What happens next?
They go down to the county court and take out a summons to get their money back, or...
No oars? No, anyone else got...
It goes through the window. He drives straight through the plate glass window, doesn't he?
All right, well, let's see some more. Let's see if you're right. Have you ever done anything like that on That's Life? Have you done that kind of joke thing?
No, I've frequently done that in the garage at home. The program proves that the best television is television out of control. When somebody comes out of the audience and beats someone up, or somebody dies, and you know...
Will you please not encourage them?
If anybody who's out there who's upset with the programme, could you wait till afterwards, please?
Oh, All right, but here's another classic. Number 2. See what you think of this.
It isn't only in Britain that spring this year has taken everyone by surprise. Here, in the Ticino, on the borders of Switzerland and Italy, the slopes overlooking Lake Lugano have already burst into flower, at least a fortnight earlier than usual.
Barry, do you know? If you do know, don't tell me.
Oh,
do you
I do know, and I will not tell you.
Lenny and Toya, do you know what that was? Have you any idea what that is?
Am I not to tell you, or can I
No,
say
you
it?
tell me. You
It's not the spaghetti tree on April the 1st, is it?
That's quite right.
Oh,
Did you know
great.
that, Lenny?
I had no idea.
Have you seen the rest of it? Well, the answer is the spaghetti tree. Here it comes.
Most important of all, it's resulted in an exceptionally heavy spaghetti crop. Spaghetti cultivation here in Switzerland is not, of course, carried out on anything like the tremendous scale of the Italian industry. Many of you, I'm sure, will have seen pictures of the vast spaghetti plantations in the Po Valley. For the Swiss, however, it tends to be more of a family affair. Another reason why this may be a bumper year lies in the virtual disappearance of the spaghetti weevil, a tiny creature whose depredations have caused much concern in the past. After picking, the spaghetti is laid out to dry in the warm alpine sun. Many people are often puzzled by the fact that spaghetti is produced at such uniform length. But this is the result of many years of patient endeavor by plant breeders who've succeeded in producing the perfect spaghetti.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
You're quite right. April the 1st, that was. I think that was television's most famous April Fool joke. Do you play them? April Fool joke, Esther?
Yes, we do, Chris. Yes, I regret that flight once that appeared on April the 1st. And we'd done a series of Challenge of Pets films, and they'd really got to our film director's reps, so he couldn't stand another dog that said sausages. And so he invented...
Sausages.
The very same. So he invented a dog that drove a car. And filmed it beautifully. It was an old English sheepdog, and the film ended with the car being pulled up by a traffic cop who leant in and realised that the dog was driving and started to suggest that they should go down to the station. So the dog accelerated away. And we just came out of the film. I didn't say a lot except good night. And the switchboards were jammed with irate viewers saying, how dare that dog flout the British law, and you know, and the poor police in the local station were inundated with phone calls of sympathy. And the Daily Express exposed us and said that it wasn't a real dog. The lovely lady.
What a...
But I think, you see, the thing, although we loved doing that, and it was quite effective, the thing about the 1957 one was that Auntie BBC was in full pig in those days.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone believed every word Richard Dimbleby said.
That's right.
And he said it in such a lovely, if you'll pardon the pun, Po-faced way from the island of the River Po Valley. And I'm sure that households all over the country were teaching
Oh, no, the
children.
nation was split 50-50 between those who believed that spaghetti now did grow on trees because Richard Dimbleby said so, and the other half of the nation who knew it didn't grow on trees. You're absolutely right. Last one in this round, an exciting new BBC programme.
You're certainly an example of good sportsmanship, clean living. As the world's light heavyweight champion, we know you in America, that's for sure. Oh, what you did to some of our boys. Do you think tonight that this might be your life, Freddie?
It would never surprise me with this show.
Go on.
Eamon Andrews,
Yes.
this is your life,
Yes.
when they turned the tables on him.
Yes. Do you remember who... I mean, you know Freddie Mills. Who was the man doing the...
Ralph Edwards, was it? The
Ralph
American.
Edwards, who actually invented it. Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
That was the very, very first This Is Your Life. Well, let's see how it actually turned out. Very unhappy Eamon, I have to warn you.
Well, I don't know. Now, you've known this gentleman for some time, haven't you, Eamon?
Yes, I've known Freddie a long time.
Yes, and I know of no one better qualified to read the name than on the cover of this book, which might interest him. Would you read the name on the cover of this This Is Your Life, Ben? Will you hold that, please?
Sure.
Right there. This is your life.
Is your... Blimey.
Your life, Eamon Andrews. This boy is truly surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Would you tell us, Freddie, thanks a million. Tell us why you have Freddie Mills here, Eamon.
I have Freddie Mills here because you told me this was going to be his life, and I kept it all day.
Smile went, didn't it?
Have you ever seen that?
That should happen to everybody. I mean, in fact, you should now be sitting here and we should be asking you questions.
Right,
I think
right.
everybody should have the tables turned on them at least once.
Have you ever been involved in trapping anyone, Esther?
No. I have waited in the wings for friends and been one of those celestial voices that comes out.
Yeah.
Have you, Barry?
I'm barred from the programme now.
What did
Why?
you do?
No, I've been on it 7 times and I became renter guest, so they said...
I don't know him, but he's a nice bloke anyway.
The reason I've got this little red book, Lenny...
Oh, no. Eamon, come on now.
Yes, well... I wouldn't say that. It might happen to one of you. Have you ever been on yet, Doyle?
No, not at all.
Haven't you?
I'm dreading if they ever did me, what people would say about me. I mean,
I always feel that really horrible people are going to come on and tell people things, horrible things about you when you were a child, you know.
Well, he used to pick his nose a lot.
You're sitting there in a chair going, oh,
He was a lovely child. He was blonde. Yeah, blondie!
You're sitting there going...
Well, let me tell you then that at the end of that round, your total stands...
broadcasting on
Shut up. Your total stands at 71 points. Now, just to finish with, there are 3 points for each bit of any other programme that you recognise on this set. Now, come on.
Up Pompey.
This is the breakfast time table.
That's the breakfast time table.
Yeah.
That's quite right. You can see the marks of my son's coffee cup on it.
Is this the Cleopatra's?
That's the Cleopatra's.
Oh.
That's 2. Well done. Not 2.
This is the Skype night.
No. Does anyone recognise the great sort of cyclorama thing that sweeps around the back?
Borgias?
No.
Francis Wilson's
No, that's the Friday night, Saturday morning sunset.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right.
This is a film, actually.
Now,
This is a table for
you've
5.
got the breakfast time table. Anything else you recognise?
There's a table there.
No, that's nothing to do with it.
This is this.
No. No.
You holiday time.
No. No.
The Pope.
No. Well, I tell you things you have not recognised.
Go on,
all right. The telephone.
Oh.
Which is Noel Edmonds' telephone, where he regularly misdials everyone. The one thing you did not notice was...
You had it under there, that's why.
No.
I was supposed to announce it when you got it under the table.
Because if you had peeled your eyes back a little, you would have seen me interviewing the Baron Knights with it.
You are an old sly
Sneaky.
He's a little monkey, you know. He's a monkey.
Shall I pass on the other one?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh.
You're sitting in the mastermind chair.
Sitting in the mastermind chair. That's right. So that's a grand total of 77 out of a possible 102. And all I can say to you is very well done. Oh, thank you, everyone, for taking part in this quiz. But just before we go, during our research for this programme, we found some clips which made us realise much of what television is about is being able to take whatever is thrown at you. Just have a look at this.
I don't like this at all. What? Are you sure? You're going to take a picture with that? No. Oh, I don't like that. That's all right. Is it all right? Are you ready? What? I don't like this at all. Am I all right?
No, are you ready?
Give me a nice smile. Are you ready?
The barman said, why'd you call him Tiny? I said, because he's minute.
Even like that better.
you have that as well.
Well, there you are.
Now, you may laugh
Well,
a little more.
No,
But
I don't
if you're
think
really
so.
into pies,
I don't think
now the thing about giving custard pies is that you have to really feel the weight, how nice it is in the hand. Right, Wilcox, that's it, mate.
Excellent, lad. Yeah, I think you've done well. Ladies and gentlemen, from us all, good night.
This is what they like.
Since that programme was recorded, we've heard the sad news of the death of Janet Webb, who appeared in The Morcambe and Wise Show.
BBC One's new season launches into the warm South Seas aboard the QE2 in the company of Alan Wicker, who brings his unique view of the world to an exploration of life on the ultimate luxury ocean liner.
Passengers on this ship enjoy far more attention than they used to. There's a member of the crew for every two of us, and most of those are concerned with our comfort. So we're thoroughly spoiled.
No, it's dull, it's boring, and the champagne's warm.
My only decor disappointment's the ship's wheel, which is not at all like Captain Ahab's. Indeed, it's so insignificant a visiting schoolboy once carried it away as a souvenir, and for a while they had to steer the ship with a screwdriver. And this Leviathan's no longer just a liner in the classic transatlantic tradition, but a resort hotel that follows the sun. You relax, they move the scenery.
The first ever series filmed aboard the QE2, Wicker's World, starts tonight at 9:25 on BBC One.
A new comedy series begins now on BBC One, taking us to the seaside town of Cocklesea.